Everyone hears these sounds. This item is called ungnoi crown. Of course, the sound you hear is not as it's a musical instrument, not a music tool. It is actually a stabilizer. You could call it a stabilizer, a weight to stabilize the equipment and the speaker, an audiophile apparatus. Hello everyone, I am Janet. Speaking of vibration, it means vibration. So, when we talk about handling vibration, whether it's audio equipment, player preamplifier and post-amplifier, or even speakers, they are all pieces of equipment that can vibrate, and vibration will affect the sound performance. And Crown is carefully designed to handle the effects of these vibration. Actually, this item is not light when you hold it. Its triangular design, I personally find very unique. Its geometric form, combined with some curves. I think it's not easy craftsmanship-wise, because turning such a shape is not simple at all. So how to handle vibration? There are many methods. One of them is to press it down. Its weight can achieve that, because it is quite heavy. Another way is to convert the energy, or to absorb it. These are all methods to handle vibrations. As for the crown, apart from being a heavy metal element, if you turn it over, you can see more vibration handling features. Here is a carbon fiber. This carbon fiber has the function of absorbing EMI, and this thin layer of rubber cork from preventing the device from getting scratched actually has an anti-static function, because static electricity interferes with sound performance, eliminating external interference. And besides these three functions of anti-static, when you hear the sound, there are many beads inside, including different metal beads and also ceramic beads. These beads help convert energy to adjust the sound of your equipment. So this time, I have two crown items in my hands. They come in black and silver. During my testing process, I made some discoveries. I was looking for a spot. Most people who want to look stylish would want to place the crown ornament at the front of the device. So actually, when I was actually moving a crown, I found that the difference in placement wasn't very significant. But when you place it correctly, I noticed it performs differently. For example, this Rossini Apex. Actually, if you search for its open cover image online, you'll see its two transformers are placed on the left and right sides. When I carefully placed two crowns on these two sides, I found that its sound performance was better than when placed in other positions. You could say that the trick to its placement is to find its vibration point. For example, with a CD player, I would place its mechanism, that is, its signal pickup mechanism, or place it on top of its transformer, such. Of course, you can use one or more than one. You can use two or three of them to find its resonance point. When you find the right spot, the improvement will be noticeably much better than just placing it randomly. So, what changes does this crown bring to the sound? Once the resonance is dealt with, you can actually hear quite clearly that the focus of the sound becomes much stronger. Especially, the sound lines become more fluid. In detail, all the subtle sounds, every little nuance can be heard. You could say you hear more and in greater detail. Of course, I also feel that its full frequency extension is another aspect. Because once it is refined, we talk about the harmonics, which some people refer to as the tail of the sound, become smoother and more fluid. This makes listening more comfortable and richer. The treble becomes more lustrous, and the mid-bass, apart from feeling fuller, also has improved layering and lines, making it whether it's the sound of drums, cello, double bass, piano, all good. All the subtle changes can be heard more clearly and in more detail. The hi-fi sensation can be said to be even stronger. As for the stand, I personally feel that, besides handling vibrations, it also has its own tuning function. It will allow your sound to perform better. For example, I think, if you prefer a sound that isn't very tightly focused, you can use one, which I think is okay. But if I prefer the low frequencies to have more layers, and the finer energy to be more direct, slightly, I think using two actually gives a better effect. It will be more appealing. Then you might perhaps ask, should I start with one piece of crown, or should I start with two pieces of crown? Well, I can tell you that crown, among audio accessories, is not expensive at all. So I think you might as well start with two pieces. And why is that? If it's a player, you can first find the spot where the effect will be the best. For example, the simplest method is the spot-reducing vibration, the transformer position I mentioned earlier, or the signal pickup mechanism position. Additionally, if a machine like this has two transformers, then of course, you start with two pieces. So you press down on the two transformers and try different positions for even better results. Do you need a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh piece? Well, you'll need to test that, because besides pressing on the signal source, you can of course press on the streaming player, the preamp, the power amp, or even on top of the speakers. Then you'll notice unnecessary vibrations and unnecessary resonances are dealt with. You'll hear much more, whether it's the sense of space, the three-dimensionality, the brilliance of the treble, or the richness and fullness of the bass. All will be improved. And what I personally like the most is, in our system, placing two of these under the low frequencies enhances the energy and explosiveness, making it even stronger. This effect is something I'm very satisfied with, and I feel that this type of audio accessory can be highly recommended to everyone.